All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwa Kodash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. We're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Luke 14 and 26. And it says, if any man come to me, and once again, these are the words of Yahweh Shai, the words in red. It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. See what the footnote says, brothers. Okay. So basically, does this tell you that you gotta have a abhorrence or a detesting of your family members? No, it just means that that you are not to put your family before your commitment to the Lord. And what's one of the ways that you can do that? If your family are doing things or causing things that are making you go against the Lord or go off or break the law, 10 commandments, then you're supposed to turn from them, man. If your own life is causing you to disobey the Lord, you're supposed to turn away from that. We're coming to a time where we're gonna hate our own life, man, because it's not gonna be very comfortable, and it's not gonna be very pleasant. The Lord's gonna turn this place upside down, man. Using Esau, Edom, the devil, he's gonna come down on basically everybody, man. But the main target, is going to be the Israelites or the men of the Lord, man, and the so-called Black Latino Native American in general. Because he's gearing up to bring hell on the tribes, starting from the so-called Negro all the way down to the so-called Mexican. And it's going to be a trial of faith and a test of patience. A testing of patience in the days to come, man. This is the time that we're living in. We're going back to we'll just keep on going. Whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Now, what does it mean to bear the cross? To bear the cross is to endure trial, to endure hard things. And then we go into counting the costs, and that's something you got to consider as well. Let's get John 12 and 25. These are basic scriptures, but like always, it's always worth repeating, man. This is John 12 and 25. It says, and once again, the word in the red, the word of Yahweh Shai. It says, he that loveth his life shall lose it. And how do you love your life? You work in a mode of self-preservation. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these jakes out here, a lot of these 2/3 the so-called Black Latino Native American. When it comes time to bow down to this devil or face punishment, guess what? They're going to be in that mode of self-preservation. They're going to be in mode of loving their life. And they're going to be willing to denounce and disobey the Most High in doing so. So he that loves his life shall lose it, because ultimately that's gonna come from that's gonna go forth to bring forth a judgment on those people, which from the Most High, and that's gonna result in death. And he that hates his life in this world, denying yourself, shall keep it unto eternal life. So that goes back to many scriptures, man. The most prominent one being Romans 12 and 1. Let's go ahead and get that. This is Romans. It's a lot. Romans 12 and 1. It's a lot. Put that right there. 12 and 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, your reasonable service. Let's get that word reasonable. Your rational service. Let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, strong, rational. And it says, pertaining to speech or speaking, pertaining to reason and logic, spiritual pertaining to soul, agreeable to reason, following reason, reasonable, logical. So because it makes perfect sense to live for the Lord and to live in the folly and wickedness and vexation of this fucking country out here, or aka America. It makes perfect sense, man. It's a lot. If you're fairly convicted in this truth, then it makes perfect sense. The Bible makes perfect sense. Doing the work makes perfect sense. Denying yourself makes perfect sense. Following the law, statutes, commandments all make perfect sense. They're all very rational. It's all very reasonable. You know, and it's all to develop you. It's all to make you a better man. It's all to make you a blessed man. And we'll go to verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. You know, so that speaks of, like we always say, a whole different mind state. But you gotta be of that you gotta be in that service spirit, man. That performance based spirit, man. Where your mind is set on performing your services, man. Your services and your obligations to the Most High. On sacrificing what you got to sacrifice in order to be obedient and pleasing in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Let's go ahead and get Job, the 23rd chapter. This is another quick lesson here at the plantation. This is Job 23 and start at verse 10. And it says, these are the words of Job, I think it is. It says, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as gold. Salakia. He knows the way that I take. The Lord knows the intentions of our hearts. He knows our sincerity. He knows what we can withstand. You know, He knows what if we're on any bullshit. He knows all those things, man. He knows when we're making excuses. You know, He knows when we're leaning towards the flesh. It said, my foot has held his steps. His way have I kept and not declined. So Job was a man that's symbolic of the elect. So what Job is talking about is going to be representative of the character of the elect. Verse 12, neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips, obedience, and I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. So the elect are going to have a spirit of obedience. They're going to have a spirit of patience, of being tried. They're going to have a spirit of commitment. And they're going to have a spirit of sacrifice for this word, man. And that what Luke 14 and 26 and John 12 and 25 were talking about. You know, this is what it takes. You know, that's just what it is. It takes that level, that standard of commitment and sacrifice to basically to be in this thing, man. And the Lord's gonna filter out a lot of men that don't meet that standard. And that's scary in itself as well. Let's go ahead and get Psalms 139. This is Psalms 139. Start at verse 1. It says, Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my down sitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thoughts afar off. Thou encompassest my path and lying down and are acquainted with all my ways. So always keep the man in mind as well. You can make excuses to yourself, and you can bullshit yourself and talk yourself out of this and that and justify this action, that action. But guess what? The Lord knows when you're on some bullshit. Plain and simple. You know, the Lord knows when you really putting forth effort or you just going through the motions. Let's go ahead and get John the 21st chapter. I'm not going to make this lesson too long. John the 21st chapter. And we'll start at verse, where's it at? This is, right here. We'll start at verse 14. It says, this now is the third time that Yahweh Shai showed himself disciple after he was risen from the dead, so this after his resurrection. So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai says, Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? And what are those these? It could be symbolic of a variety of things, of all the things that are in our life that you justify, you allow to get in the way of this truth. You know, so Yahweh Shai asking Simon, which was going to later be changed to Peter, said, lovest thou me more than these? You love me more than these things. And that's what you got to ask yourself. You know, do you love Yahweh Shai more than the things of the world? It says, he said to him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He says to him, feed my lambs. And then as you read the chapter, Yahweh Shai constantly repeatedly questioned him 3 times to feed his sheep or to do the work or to be committed to him. You know, so that's a spirit that we have to be in this day and age, man. You know, Yahweh Shai asked Peter, lovest thou me more than these? And that's the question we got to ask ourselves, man. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson. Most I would and hope was edifying. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.